Hello again. Realized that I missed a couple features of the cell phone, partially because I was trying to keep within a 10-minute time frame. I think YouTube doesn't like videos longer than that. Well, here I am to show you a couple more features. Now, I already touched briefly on a couple of them, specifically the fact that you can do video phone calls from this. But here are a couple other things. Now, keep in mind, this is a really basic cell phone. Out here, the cell phone companies don't give incentives like the American companies do, where, oh, you join our service, brand new customer will give you this phone for free, or we'll give you this $300 phone for $100. Japanese cell phone companies don't really work that way. Instead, they just give you a cheap plan and allow you to pick your phone. So what I got is basically the top of the bottom of the line. They had 3 different types of cell phones that you could use for prepaid, and I got the top one because the top one you could actually convert to a plan if you want to down the line, which, just in case, I figured that would be a good option. And the phone ended up being about $90, and Japanese cell phones range from about $60 to about $200 or $300. So this is pretty much decent phone, but nothing spectacular. Now, interesting little gadgets. First of all, this is a Panasonic phone. It's got your digital camera on the front, which does 320 by 240 resolution. And one little cool gadget, there's a little button. I don't know if you can see it right there. That little silver button right there. Well, you press it, and the phone opens by itself. It's got a nice little spring-loaded action. Now, when you're actually going to take a photo, or this also works if you just need a little bit of extra light for, I don't know, finding your key hole or something at night when you're trying to get into your car. You just hold down this little button, and there's actually a light. You can't really see it because it's, you can see the little glow right there. It's actually pretty bright. I'm using a lot of light in here right now so that you guys can actually see me on the webcam. But yeah, that little light is pretty bright. Other things, this phone actually uses 3rd generation or 3G networking, which is really fast for internet. Although, interesting note about Japanese cell phones, this is kind of surprising, but internet usage is actually really expensive out here for some reason. In fact, part of the reason I got a prepaid phone is I've heard horror stories about people having not contract plans, but actual plans where they get billed, and within a matter of hours rack up a $2,000 or $3,000 bill just on internet alone. So, word of advice when if you go to Japan, be careful with internet usage. Now, on the other hand, this phone has a wide array of different connectivity type stuff. In addition to the 3rd generation networking, it has built-in Bluetooth, which is really nice. It also has, if you see that little black port right there just above the cable, there's a little black rectangle. That is actually infrared. So you can do infrared communication between this and another device. Now, I haven't actually tried the infrared because I don't have any other devices that use infrared right now, although I know a lot of PDAs and such actually use it. This phone is currently locked, I believe, so I haven't really been able to delve into the Bluetooth much, but that is a capability. And just other little things, in addition to having the main, nice big screen, it also has a nice little handy screen that's just big enough to show you what time it is, what day it is, how much signal you have, and how much battery life you have, which is really kind of handy. You can see there's, at least I think you can see, there's a little red light right here, and that tells you that it's charging, and that light changes color depending on what's going on. If you have a phone call, it turns blue, and you can actually fully customize what color it changes. There's also another light right there that is pretty much the same. On top of that, if I flip up this little compartment right there, there's actually a micro SD card slot. Now, this is actually really handy because my previous cell phone, which only after lots and lots of rebates and the fact that it was refurbished I managed to get for the same price as this, had a micro SD slot and actually came with a 512 megabyte card. So I actually just popped it out of my old cell phone, which of course I can't use anymore, and threw it into this one. So I mean, that little tiny chip right there is 512 megs, and from what I've heard they actually make 1 gigabyte cards now. And what that allows me to do is I can store music, movies, pretty much anything on that card, and now I have a lot of storage, and it's actually removable storage, so if I got another card I could fill that one up too. So I can actually play music out of this thing and use it as a mini jukebox, a little entertainment device. And I mean, we're talking, this is pretty much the bottom of the line phone here. This is not anything special, and it pretty much trumps most of your American cell phones. There really aren't many American cell phones that are much better than this, and this actually has some technology that's better than the iPhone. So it really kind of hits home that, yeah, American cell phones are not that good. These cell phones are actually really quite amazing. Add to that the way the Japanese cell phone companies actually price it. I mean, you've got a really good service. So anyway, that's just a little bit more on that, and I'll talk to you guys later.